Hey guys, this is Katrina Lee here at Wondercon, and I'm here with Tom. Tom, who is the creator of Aurora. Hey, how's it going, Tom?
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, so I wanted to know, you were saying that you transitioned from this whole artist field of 19th century art and created this film. How did this happen?
We actually we had been exhibiting at San Diego Comic-Con for about 15 years. And it got so big that we decided that it wasn't the right place for us to exhibit the 19th century art anymore. And so if we weren't going to do that show, the question was, well, what are we going to do this summer in this vacancy that we had normally then? And so a bunch of us went out to the desert to a Wild West ghost town and filmed a movie kind of in the period where we would have normally been doing San Diego Comic-Con. So I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it does. I'm always interested because, you know, being an artist myself in the film, I'm always interested in how you transition into that. Like, you know, specifically in, you know, creative arts and fine arts, and then, you know, saying, hey, let's go into film. You know?
Well, I always wanted to be working in film. My background is more in music. And so being involved in the art business, Century Guild as a gallery has been open for about 20 years. And it just it was like the day job that never went away, you know, like I was always the person, if I had artist friends, I was the one that was kind of able to figure out the business. And so I did, you know, I went to film school for one day, which is very strange.
You know, actually a lot of the filmmakers and film creatives, they didn't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So I just have always wanted to. And then part of it is when this segment of the business, which is why I mentioned the Comic-Con thing, got kind of taken off my plate, it was like having this open space. And it's like if you plan a vacation or something and something falls through and you're like, oh my God, I can get all this housework done. It was that kind of feeling where all of a sudden there was just this open space in the calendar, and it was like, now what would you want to do? I was like, what I'd want to do is make a crazy black and white Western science fiction movie like the stuff I loved as a kid. Yeah. So it was totally done just as a passion project, like just for the love of it.
And how's that been? You know, like it's done, it's completed. How's that journey been after, and just being like, wow, I did it, it feels great. Would you do another one? Is there another one coming up?
Yeah, we do actually. We're going to do another one that we're in pre-production on now. And that's a 1970s witchcraft film. So we're kind of starting in 1890, moving towards the 21st century. It's a great feeling to be done with it. Yeah, I think that there's someone that I'd heard in an interview say that any movie that gets done should be a celebration, and I understand that so much better now, that every bit of it was so hard. So yeah, so I'm really glad that we finally now have DVDs that will get shipped out to the people who, because this was a Kickstarter project. We did this on Kickstarter. So those will ship out in the next couple weeks, and so I'm really excited that it finally is going to be in the world after, God, you know, almost 3 years of work.
That's great, you know, and it really is inspiring to know, you know, how you started and how you brought the 19th century art into this. I mean, of course, it's still in the realm of your interest.
Yeah, I mean, it's an era in history that I'm kind of naturally attuned to, number one. I did a TED Talk on archaic technologies on wax cylinder recording. And so even the audio tracks in there, like everything that we did was totally just like an art project. And from the costuming and all of that stuff, like we really went kind of crazy historical with it. So yeah,
Very cool. So how is this set up here? We got drawn up because you guys have such an amazing setup. Who is this? This is
the creature in the movie. Okay. So he was built by a man named Race Bird, who was the winner of a show on Sci-Fi called Face Off.
Oh yes.
And I mean, it's a rubber monster suit. And so you never see this much of him in the film.
Oh, okay.
And so it's kind of an homage to the way in movies like Alien, where you would just catch glimpses of the creature. So in the movie, you just see bits of his face and parts of his body, but in full daylight, he does look a lot more cuddly. In the movie, he's pretty scary, but in full daylight, The only thing the kids have really been scared of
Okay.
is thinking there's someone in there that's going to scare them.
I thought somebody was in that. There's like
Yeah.
this mannequin. I'm like, is
Oh, yeah.
somebody like
He's been
watching?
in my house the last 2 days, and I've scared myself at least
Oh
a dozen
my
times. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure
Thank
meeting you.
so
and learning.
much. Thank
All
you.
right. Cheers. This is Katrina with IdeateTV here at Wondercon. Thank you guys.